Hey everybody, this is my 40-gallon waterfall tank, and I wanted to shoot a quick update of something I noticed the other day. I keep forgetting to mention it when I'm talking about this tank, whether it's in my Around the World videos or otherwise, but my regular viewers and my long-time viewers will remember that the reason you can see all that unattractive looking trash bag literally up there as a liner is because I sprung a leak one time and I was not sure exactly where it was coming from, and I eventually figured out that it was somewhere in this basin that it was leaking. So I shut the waterfall down, I pulled everything out, I dried it out for a couple of days, and then I smeared silicone in there, and I mean I put like 2 or 3 tubes of silicone in there, and then I laid that liner back in, and I've been up and running ever since, and I've never experienced any leaks. And so I've always wondered whether or not I could rip all of that trash bag out of there. And again, I know it still just sort of looks like painted rubber, but at least the painted rubber looks better than the trash bag. But it is definitely safe to say, I think, that we can take the trash bag out of there. And I can say that because if you look right here, that's water standing in there. And that's where the water was going in and getting down in the basin. And that's why the trash bag comes over this lip right here and forces all the water down there, because any water that was coming in here was getting down in there and causing me problems. So now that we've actually got standing water in there and I'm still not experiencing any leaks whatsoever, then I'm 100% certain that all that silicone that I put in there did the trick. I didn't know exactly where the leak was coming from, and so I basically covered everything, and it must have worked, so we don't have to worry about that anymore. Other than that, everything is looking great in the tank. My creeping Jenny that I collected from out at the reservoir is doing really well. Well, in fact, it's actually getting a little too much light, I think. If you notice how small the leaves are, and if you will look at some of these leaves, you can see they're a little sort of burnt up around the edges, and that might be a result of getting a little too much light. And again, if you look at how small these leaves are, indicative of just getting lots and lots of light. But you can see it's growing all through my fern. It's coming out here. It's growing everywhere. So that's doing really well. I did also put a peace lily back here. This is the one that was in my former gudgeon tank, and it never did really well in there. I didn't know whether it didn't do well because it was submerged, or it didn't do well because it was submerged and covered in cyanobacteria. But I pulled it out. I've got it in here. So the roots are definitely still down in the water, and we're going to let the actual top part of it grow out, and we're going to see how that looks and whether that does well or not. I've always believed that the peace lilies are the same as the Brazilian swords. You can get a little glimpse of it right there. I've always believed that the peace lilies are the same as the Brazilian swords. They can be grown with their roots in the water as long as it's a well oxygenated water, but the leaves have to be up and out of the water. And I think it was just fully submerged in my other tank. It was just not doing well. So now with the roots in the water and the leaves up and out of it, I think we're going to see some big peace lily growing up out of there. So hopefully this will get even greener and bushier. Otherwise, nothing really to talk about. I just wanted to mention that leaking spot. I definitely need to get in here and do a water change. It is high time to get in there and remove some of the duckweed. That, of course, is all stuck in with the milfoil and everything that's in here. So it's definitely time to get in there and do a little bit of cleaning up. So, all right, that was it. I'm going to say thanks for watching. Make sure you're subscribed. You don't want to miss anything I got coming up. Don't forget, this one is my 40-gallon waterfall tank. Thanks again, and I will see you real soon on the next one.